It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Texans and the Jets, and it comes your way next.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here. As the Houston Texans taking on the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Stroud. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. 7 yards there and a first down. Stroud looking to throw. This goes out wide for Mixon. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. Stroud off the play fake. And he will find his man on the outside. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Stroud on 3rd down now. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The numbers for Mixon last week, 12 carries, 69 yards.
You know he's proud of his standing as the league's number 3 rusher, and those linemen in front of him, they're just as proud, but they all have the same goal in mind. Get him to number 1 in the league and celebrate a rushing title at the end of the year. That starts with a good game here.
That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Joe Mixon with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
It's not often you talk about statement drives coming right at the start of a game, but that was some statement there. That drive took them the length of the field, and as I look at the clock, ate up nearly the entire first quarter as well. Great work up front, clearing space, and an ideal finish on the touchdown run.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And they get to him right out of the gate, and this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Stroud. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A handoff running left, Mixon.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The 2nd down throw now from Stroud. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And the They'll They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Seven yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now 3rd down and 7. And Stroud now to throw.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Quentin Williams make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Shoves him aside. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give him 5 on the return.
And the Jets will take over. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's go. We're going to take it and run it. No.
Don't get out of the game plan, man. Hit it. Get it, baby.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Snap comes at 1.
He's got this to Williams, complete.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 32 on the play. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Running left, it's Hall. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On play action, now Rodgers. Touchdown! A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Jets have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. So a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they've been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to him a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, and those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to the Motor City to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington Commanders. Jamison Williams, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. A touchdown there for Saquon Barkley. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Ball again on 2nd down. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them. Go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. His throw incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Oh, a design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Zerline's kick is up and through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Now Stroud. And that'll be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They'll let this go deep for Collins. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Jets now to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game.
On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. A handoff for Hall. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, there's something we haven't seen much of in this game. A really nice run. Do they decide to come back with it? Or was that just a little flash, and maybe they continue to try and throw the ball?
Now this throw caught left side. And the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jets will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Pretty Clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Taken at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Stroud to throw it.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter.
Throwing again is Stroud.
Marches down he goes.
Quentin Williams picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud.
He's got a man. Complete.
Still going.
Touchdown, Houston.
Darnell Mooney.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happened. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Let's keep those sticks moving.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that is incomplete.
And the receivers I know, they have a great deal of confidence. Usually they stand in front of the mirror before games and say, not 1 touchdown, not 2 touchdowns, but 3 touchdowns. Trying to turn this one into a big-time performance.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 55 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Ooh, the juke. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. A lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On play action, Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On first and 10, it's Hall. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And this offense on third down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's a give to Hall. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Zerline's kick is up and through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. So Stroud and the Texans down 20-14, a minute 54 on the clock. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Stroud. He'll get this complete to Collins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Stroud to throw it. Connected with Mixon. And he is going to have a Texans first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Here's Stroud. He's got Mooney. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Now Stroud. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
Stroud looks to throw.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
Throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw is made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You have to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Going deep for Diggs. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by DJ Reed.
And the Jets have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
They've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. We talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Giants, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.